Hi guys, a big welcome back to my channel. I've been gone from YouTube for a while. I took a break, but now I'm back and I'm so happy to share this video with you. And I thought it would be best to start clean. And the best way to start clean is with a declutter. And I'm going to be decluttering all the eye makeup that is really old or I feel just meh about. And that includes eyeshadow palettes and eyeliner gels and eyeliner liquid and mascara and everything having to do with eye makeup. My goal is to create a small curated collection that I can reach for every day and not have things just sitting in the drawers and me not touching them. I am a YouTuber that doesn't have 200 eyeshadow palettes because when do you use 200 eyeshadow palettes? I have a relatively small collection. I have a collection that is really meant for mature eyes. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. So much of my makeup is old and I'm going to be throwing out the old makeup, and that which is not old, I'm going to be donating to friends and family. So we're going to start on eyeshadow palettes. I counted 20, which by YouTube standards is not a lot, but by regular standards, that's a lot. Granted, I've accumulated them over the last 5 years, but still, I have one drawer that I keep my palettes. Let's just pull them out at random. I'm going to start with the one on the top, and you're going to notice a theme here because most of them are pretty neutral, either leaning cool, leaning warm. That makes sense. Cool, warm, neutral. Yeah, all right, but not very colorful. So the one on the top is, let's make some space. And the first one you're going to see is the Marc Jacobs Glamation palette, which is a lovely palette, but I've probably had it for 5 years. I've checked the expiration date on it and it's 12 months. Well, you know, for powder you can kind of stretch it, but 5 years, yeah. Don't mind all the scratches here. They are bad interactions with my cat. Love my cat. Don't always love it when he's scratching and biting me. Here's one that I bought fairly recently. It is the Huda Beauty Chocolate Brown palette, and I just don't reach for it. Maybe because I have these colors all over the place in other palettes. It's really in great shape, and I think I'm going to donate this one. This is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude palette. Also, you seeing a pattern here with the palettes that I really gravitate towards? If you're buying it new, I would recommend it. I don't know. It's probably more than 5 years old. I don't even know if I would want to donate it. So I think I'm going to throw it away. Okay. Let me show you a new one that I'm absolutely in love with. In fact, I bought it in the spring at the Sephora sale. This is the Dior Soft Cashmere palette. It is a cool palette. It looks similar to the others, but the colors are, oh my God, I love this palette. If I could only have one palette right now, the colors are basically all shimmery except this one brown one, but oh, this palette is to die for. I'm definitely keeping this guy. These little mini elf palettes were quite popular, but look what I did here. I smashed the hell out of this one color. I'm not reaching for this guy. This is being thrown away. But let me tell you about the Alter Ego palettes. They are duping other palettes, and this one is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Biba palette, which is extremely expensive. What is it, $120? Something like that. And that is a bigger palette, but they dupe not only the colors, but they also dupe the textures. I was so tempted to buy that palette and I didn't. I'm really glad I didn't. They bill that palette as a neutral palette, but this is so warm to me. And I don't reach for it. I think I'm going to keep this one just as a comparison. As I get other palettes, I may want to compare it to this one. I have one other Alter Ego palette, which I also think is beautiful and I do reach for, and it's Shadow Kiss. This is a dupe for the Glam palette from Natasha Denona. This is a beautiful palette. The Natasha Denona Glam palette, $65, and the Alter Ego palettes are $16 or $17, and they often have sales. This is a Sidney Grace palette, which is another warm palette. This is called Summer Days. This one I do reach for occasionally, again with the warm colors. This is similar to the Alter Ego palette, if you want to compare them side by side. And of the two, I tend to reach for this one more. I love the Sidney Grace formula, and I'm going to show you in a minute that I've created my own Sidney Grace palettes using singles. Sidney Grace, yes. This is a palette that I created myself. I reach for it over and over. I think Sidney Grace has the best shimmer formula, bar none. I love these colors. I created this one. I don't use this one as much, but there are colors in here that I just die for. This color here, they are beautiful. And this color. Another palette that I got, and I have a video on it, is the Wayne Goss Luxury Palette in Imperial Topaz. This is another one. I did a number on one of the colors. I really love this palette. My favorite color was this taupe. However, I don't reach for it. I really don't. You can see how many similar palettes I have. I am going to hold on to this, but I'm going to keep it in a separate location. I'm not going to keep it in my bathroom. Okay, here's another Sidney Grace palette that I've had for a while, and it is lovely. I can't let go of my Sidney Grace palettes because they are just beautiful. I don't use this day to day. It actually has a couple of colors in it. It has blue, it has violet. It has this color called Darcy, which is kind of a caramel. Again, not reaching for it, but I would like to hold on to it. All right, I could not close one of my drawers. And smashed in the back and looking so sad was the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. This, my friends, has seen better days. It was heavily used, and in fact, this is pretty smashed right now. I don't see myself passing this on, so I think I can say goodbye to this. All right, here's a palette. Unfortunately, I just checked it on the website. It's the NARS Climax palette. I bought this last year, and it was, oh, it is so hard to open. You know, I would keep checking their site for this. This is a beautiful palette. If you are into greens, which I really am, these are some of the most beautiful greens, olives, the mattes and the shimmers. Oh, I love this. I don't want to sell this too heavily because I don't know if you're going to be able to get a hold of it. This was my first NARS palette. I don't think it's going to be my last one. This is my one and only Charlotte Tilbury palette. And this one is in Star Aura. I love the colors. They're all shimmer, but they're so subtle on the eye, it doesn't bother me. I like this because it's easy to travel with. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. No, I'm going to hold on to it. Here is one from ColourPop that everybody loves, Going Coconuts. You'll see it's neutral. You're going to be, what is wrong with you? You buy the same colors over and over again. Yeah, I do. This is a good palette if you're looking for a neutral palette that doesn't cost very much money. I never go for this. But I'm going to hold on to it. Am I going to hold on to it? Or should I donate it? I'm going to donate it. Now I have 3 Viseart palettes. Traveled with this for years and really loved it, but I don't think I'm going to travel with it anymore because it's really old. So, okay, I'm going to say goodbye to this one. Then I bought 2 others. Let me start with one I know I'm going to give away because these colors are not good for me. This is the Midsummer. This is more of a rosy tone. If you like the rosy tones, I think you would really love this, but they don't look good on me. It's not my palette. I'm not attracted to it. I just never pull it out. Here's one I never pull out, but you know, I think I'm going to hold on to it because the colors are more apricot in tone, and I do like those colors, and it would be good for travel. And, you know, if I don't use it in the next year, I will donate it because it is quite lovely. I almost forgot this guy. This is from Aether Beauty, and it's called Desert Sunset Palette. It comes in this cardboard packaging. It's bigger than the Viseart Solstice. However, it has a lot of the same colors. It doesn't have a mirror, which makes it nice and lightweight. You know, the only reason I'm feeling a little regretful about this guy is because it is so similar to the things I already have. Here's a color I never really thought I would love, but do, and it's this kind of creamy white. It looks so beautiful. And you know, if I compare the two, they're not exactly the same, but you know, I can give the Viseart away and keep the Aether. All right, I'm keeping this because it's new, and I'm giving away the Viseart. I think I'm going to do that. I am giving away 1, 2, 3, 4. I am throwing away because they're old. 4, 5. And I am keeping the rest. That's reasonable. I'll put these back. This is the container that's going in my drawer. Now, I do have a few singles, not many, but a few. I can tell you right now what I'm getting rid of. I only have 5. I have... Oh, God. I've got 2 Revlon cream eyeshadows, which are almost completely dried up. They're going in the trash right now. And I have 3 Victoria Beckhams, which I can do a review on. But the one that I love is this one in the color Mink. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And the one that I didn't think I would love, but I do, is the color Tea Rose. And the one that I'm really not so sure of, a chiffon, which I really don't use that much. I should have been a little bit more careful in my choices. But this one is not as pigmented as the other 2. You got to press hard. But I'll hang on to it for now and maybe declutter it in the future. Another thing I've recently gotten into are eyeshadow sticks. I had some in the past and I got out of it, and now I'm back in it. In fact, I just bought a set of Laura Mercier shadow sticks that I totally love. So now I have 6 new ones, and I have 5 old ones, but they're probably 4 years old. I'm just going to throw them away. I love them all. I would say they compare really favorably to each other, but I can quickly swatch them for you. So here are the swatches of the eyeshadow sticks. The first 2 are Bobbi Brown, Moonstone, Smoky Taupe. This is Laura Mercier Amethyst, Rose Gold, and Moonlight. These are the ones that I'm wearing practically every day. They're extremely creamy, and I love the look of them. Moving on to eyeliners, I have 23, and they're all basically variations of brown. I have some expired ones, so let's go through the ones that I know that are expired. First of all, here are some Marc Jacobs right off the bat. These two, this one, that one, that's 4 of them. This one is also, so that's 5. And I've got some Urban Decay, which are quite old, so that's 3 more. And let's look at what's left. I've got this Sephora one, which is beige, that I use in the inner rim. That's quite old. And let's see what's left. I've got a couple of Milani. Let's see how old this is. 24 months. I'm going to let those go. And I've got this Ulta one, which is probably quite old as well. I'm going to let that one go. I've got a couple of Sephora. I think I'll hang on to that. I've got 3 Sephora. One is green. The other 2 are brown. I think I've got 1 black, which I really don't use, so I'm going to let that one go. And what I've got left, okay, let's let Mr. Stubby go. There's like no way I can even sharpen this one. No. Okay, let that go. And what I've got left are things that I use all the time. I've got 2 by Victoria Beckham. You can only see the word Victoria on this one, which means I use it a lot. This is copper. I'm going to keep that. And I've got one in a darker color. Victoria Beckham eyeliners, by the way, I got them on sale. This one is another Sephora one. I got this one quite a while ago. I'm going to let that one go. I've got this one by Callie Ray fairly recently, so I'm going to keep that one. The one by Wayne Goss I like quite a lot. It's a kohl pencil, and obviously you're going to sharpen that one. All right, don't laugh. This is by Chantecaille, which is an expensive brand. I know I bought this on sale, but I still have a way to go on that, even though it's getting to be the stubby stage, but I'm going to keep that. And this one is another Wayne Goss pencil in a darker color. I'm going to hold on to that. I've got 2 Sephora pencils. This one I think is green moss. Matte Moss is the name of it. I am giving away, or I'm throwing away. You can't really give these away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I'm giving 1 away to my daughter, so that's 16, and I'm keeping the rest. Yeah, that really declutters my eyeliners, and I am really happy with that. This is going to be a super easy. I'm only going to keep 1. I got the Moira online, dried up really fast. Did not like the Revlon eyeliner. The Aurora I got in a Birchbox, which is probably the only thing I liked in Birchbox, but it dried out. And I recently got this Benefit Their Real Extreme Precise Liner that is a brown, and I like this one a lot, and this is the only one I'm keeping. On to brow products. This is going to be extremely easy also. This one, the Kosas Air Brow, is my probably holy grail brow product right now. It's a brow gel. It's in the color light brown, and yeah, I totally love it. Another one that I really like is the NYX Professional Makeup Tinted Brow Mascara. Yeah, I think this is such a good option. I'm definitely keeping it. Unfortunately, I got this in PR. It is the Merit Brow Gel. I didn't love it. It didn't provide enough coverage for the white hairs in my brows, and it didn't provide enough holds. So unfortunately, Merit, who was so kind to send me PR, I don't love you, so I'm going to have to say goodbye. And the other Ride or Die product that I use is the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil. I believe this is in the color 3. I use this to fill in the ends of my brows, which have pretty much disappeared due to age. I don't have a million brow products because I don't need them. I've found the ones that work and I am really happy with them. I had a whole container filled with mostly eye pencils, and this is what I have now. And I can see what I have. I don't have a ton, and I'm really happy with this result. Mascaras. This is the L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara. I wouldn't have been using it now because it's too old. I'm pretty good about not going beyond the 3-month deadline, although I do extend it somewhat, but I don't go much beyond 4 months. This did not work out for me. It did not give me enough length. It did not give me enough volume. I am discarding this based on its age, but it did not work for me. This one is old also, but it's the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, and people love it, but it did not give me volume again. It did not give me length. It just did not work. Neither did this one. It didn't work very well. Monsieur Big Lancôme. I have to use my high school French when I'm pronouncing this. Yeah, I didn't love it. Even though it's old, I wouldn't be using it right now anyway. And I don't like this. Again, this works for many people. The Man Eater Tarte Mascara, don't love it. So letting this go would have anyway, because it's old. And this one is the Marc Jacobs. That's too old anyway. And frankly, I can't remember how it worked for me, but they're not selling it. So not an issue. All right, this is going to be a controversial one. This is the Rare Beauty, and this is a holy grail for a lot of people, but I can't say that I love it, so I'm going to let it go. I am missing one somehow. Okay, the Superhero from It. I do like this one a lot. I have some backups in my drawer, but this one I'm definitely keeping. Aether Beauty. I showed you an Aether Beauty palette a while back, and this is the Big Bang Mascara. I like this one a lot. I would definitely recommend it. And here's another one, which is kind of disappointment from Merit. It did not give me a lot of volume. It did not give me a lot of length. However, if you're looking for a very light look from your mascara, it might be just the right choice for you. So there's my eye makeup declutter. I had 67 eye makeup products, and I'm keeping 29. I am either giving away or throwing away over 60% of my eye makeup. That is a lot, but it's long overdue, and I feel good about it. Let me know if I've decluttered any of the eye makeup that you happen to have in your collection, or if I'm making a mistake. I hope not. Look for upcoming declutters that I'm doing in a part 2 for face makeup, including foundation and blush and bronzer and powder, and part 3, which will be all of my lip products. And believe me, I am guilty of having so many lip products. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so, and liking my video. That helps me so much. Bye-bye. I will see you next time.